If you like this video, make sure to visit our Vimeo page and follow us to get the latest update.
Okay, yesterday we are discussing about the master record. Okay, so we are in the continuation of the class for yesterday. So yesterday we are discussing about the two different components. One is going to be called as FI, another one is going to be called as a CO. Because earlier, just a recap about the yesterday's class for the 5 minutes. Okay, so one is going to be called as the FI, another one is going to be called as the controlling. We call the GL accounts. We call all the GL accounts are created in FI. All the GL accounts are created in FI, and we call them as the primary cost elements here. What are all the primary cost elements? Which are going to be called as cost and reducing revenue elements. Primary cost elements. We call them as the primary cost elements. Okay. All the P&L accounts are getting created as the primary cost elements. All the P&L accounts, okay, not the balance sheet. We are going to be calling as the P&L accounts. Okay, so the P&L accounts are going to be called as the primary cost elements. So we are using a separate transaction code in FI. We are using the FS00 as a transaction code, and to create the primary cost elements, we are using the KA01 transaction code. KA01. Very, very important. Okay, so we are talking about the FI to CO. Okay, so there is a reconciliation is there earlier. So we are going to be having a reconciliation between the FI and CO. There is a reconciliation is going to be happen between the FI and CO because of the data structure. Okay, so the actuals are getting posted here in the BKPF and basic table, and here the actuals are getting posted in the COBK and COEP line item level table. COEP line item level table. Very, very important. So when I want to go and see at the table level, what is the tables? Okay, what are the tables we need to refer for the chart of account area? The GL accounts are created at a chart of account area level. So the table we are going to be referring is going to be called as SKA1 is the table, and SKB1 at a company colon. SKB1 is the table. Here, when I come here, CSKA and CSKB table. For the cost elements, we are referring the tables called as the CSKA and the CSKB tables. So this is the data structure earlier. Okay, this is the data structure. So we are creating one controlling area. Example, the controlling area is the 8000, and we are assigning the company code to the controlling area. HP10 is nothing but my company code. So this is called as a one-to-one relationship. We are going to be calling it as a one-to-one relationship. Here you can see here one company code is assigned to one controlling area. One company code is assigned to one controlling area. Very, very important point. Very, very important. So the company code and the controlling area should use the same chart of account. That is the operational chart of account. Here in the example, we are calling it as a YCOA. Here in this example, we are going to be calling it as a YCOA. The chart of accounts or the GL accounts are created at a chart of account area level. The chart of account between the company code and the controlling area should be the same. If the company code is having a different chart of account and you want to maintain a different chart of account, then the company code cannot be assigned to the controlling area. Very, very important. So here, when I go to the structure, here my chart of account is the YCOA. Now /O, I'm creating a new one. So if I go to the SPRO, OK KPP is the transaction. If I go to the SPRO, IMG, financial accounting. So, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to the controlling. General controlling, I'm creating a controlling area. Organization, maintain controlling area. So here we have to maintain the controlling area, which is the organizational unit for the controlling, for the cost controlling. So we have to maintain a controlling area for triggering the cost. Okay, so I'm going to be maintaining the controlling area. Now here we have a 3 activity screens. Here we have a 3 activity options. One is copy, delete, check company code, maintain controlling area, and delete SAP delivery data. But we are not going to be deleting any data for the controlling, and we are not copying. We are going to be maintaining. So I'll come to the maintain. Double click on maintain controlling area or choose it. Now you can see already there are 16 controlling areas are already created. 16 controlling areas are already created. Okay, now let me create a new controlling area. I'll go for a new entry. So give the name of the controlling area. So my controlling area name is HOOO example. Also already they have maintained, some people have already maintained Memorial Hospital Corporation. Okay, so I'll go to the different one, HPOO. My controlling area name is HPOO. Okay. So here we have an option called as controlling area is equal to company code. Wow. What is this? Okay, right. In FI, we have 4 company codes are there. Okay, one is HP10, second one is HP20, third one is HP30, and fourth one is HP40. We have 4 company codes are there. Very, very important point, my dear. Okay, very, very important. We have 4 company codes are there. So HP10, the local currency is the USD. And for HP20, the local currency is going to be the euro. Currency is going to be the different. Currency is going to be the different. Okay, INR. And here I'm going to be taking the GBP, Great Britain pound. Okay, right. These all are my local currencies. For HP10, HP20, HP30, and HP40. All these company codes we have assigned to the same chart of account. My chart of account is going to be called as the YCOA. There is no difference. There is no difference. Currencies are different, but all my company codes are going to be using the same chart of account. Very, very important here. Okay, right. In this case, if you are assigning only one company code to one controlling area, you are assigning only one company code. Forget about all the 3 remaining company codes. My company code is same as my controlling area. Means what does it mean that? So you are using the same operational chart of account and the currency is going to be the same. Okay, that is USD only. Your controlling area currency and the local currency both are going to be the same. First example, I'm explaining about HP10 here. So you are assigning only one controlling area, so one company code to one controlling area. So I want to make similar assignment of company code to the controlling area. Mean to say that the chart of accounts and the local currency should be the same to my controlling area, because only one company code is there. So here, when you select the controlling area is equal to company code. Now, which company code you want to assign to the controlling area? So it is asking for the company code. For example, okay, my HP10 is not created because this is a new server. I'll take another company code for an example. Okay, so I want to assign JBS1. Okay, I want to assign the JBS1. Now I'm pressing enter. Okay, data in company code is not maintained. Okay, right. I'll take another one because that is incomplete. Actually, company code is incomplete actually. Okay, so I'll take another one. Okay, so where the data is very completed. So let me take example. Okay, I'll take GE Electronics. Okay, I don't know whose company codes are, but I'll take one company code. So I'll take a BRIM. Okay, I'll take a company code. Okay, ZNR2. Okay, right. Okay, ZNR2. Okay, here also. People have not maintained any data. Why? What happened? They are not doing the practice or what? Yeah. So I'm taking 1401 as a company code. 1401 as a company code. So when I want to give the controlling area same as my company code, means your controlling area is same. Means instead of A000, very, very important. My controlling area is same, that is 1401. 1401, and my company code is also same because I am assigning the same company code to controlling area. So the names are going to be the same here. So the names are going to be the same here. 1401 is the company code and 1401 is the controlling area. Very, very important. Means you are assigning only one company code to one controlling area. So here, the chart of accounts which you are assigned to the company code is the YCO example and the local currency is the USD. Then the same chart of accounts are getting assigned to the 1401. So if you see here, see automatically you can see here, the chart of accounts are same and your currency type will be the 10 only. That is currency type 10 is nothing but USD. Very, very important here. USD. So what chart of accounts you are assigned to this company code? If I go to the company code, I can see for 1401. Okay, if I go to the company code, See, yesterday's class. So we have created a chart of account. So the chart of accounts is a 1400. So this 1400 was assigned to the company code. If I see here, the 1401. Okay, so here I'm taking the reference of this company code. So what is the chart of account we have assigned to this company code? 1400 is the chart of account and 1401 is the company code. So here you can see here, when I'm asking my system, controlling area is same as equal to company code. The controlling area is creating with the same company code, and here the chart of accounts are going to be defaulted from the company code, and the fiscal year is a K4. And here you can see here the currency type is coming. The currency settings for the controlling area is coming as a 10. What is this? It is called as the local currency. It is going to be called as the local currency. And what is your local currency? USD is nothing but your local currency. Very, very important, my dear friends. Very, very important. So that is the reason. Because it is a one-to-one relationship. Because it is a one-to-one relationship. So here you can see there is no different company code currencies are defined. Okay, very, very important. Here there is no different company codes are going to be defined. Now, in the second example, what I will do, I have one controlling area. For example, my controlling area is nothing but B000, example, and I'm assigning all the 4 company codes. HP10, HP20, HP30, HP40. I'm assigning all the 4 company codes. Very, very important, my dear friends. Very, very important here. 4 company codes are there. I'm assigning all the 4 company codes to the same controlling area. Means it is going to be called as one-to-many relationship. We are going to be calling it as a one-to-many relationship. We are going to be calling it as, okay, one-to-many relationship means you are assigning 4 different company codes to the one controlling area. This is very, very important now. So you are assigning one-to-many. So this is called as a one-to-one relationship. You call it as a one-to-one relationship. You always call it as a one-to-one relationship. We calling it as. Now this is called as a one-to-many relationship. We call it as a one-to-many relationship. There is a lot of difference in there. There is a lot of difference in there. In the one-to-one relationship, you have the company code is very similar to your controlling area, but in the one-to-many relationship, because you have 4 different company codes are there, 4 different company codes are having 4 different local currencies. So you cannot make the company code is very similar to the controlling area. So in this case, when I come to this particular company code to the controlling area, I cannot select the company code is equal to controlling area. No, I cannot select the company code is equal to the controlling area because I'm assigning more than one company code to one controlling area. So here, for example, my controlling area is a B000 and I'm pressing enter. My company code is a B000. Okay. And here we have an option called as company code is equal to controlling area. That is nothing but greater than controlling area. Means you are assigning more than one company code to one controlling area. So here I should not select the controlling area same as my company code. If it is a one-to-one relationship, I should assign what the company code is same as my controlling area. Means when it is going to be when you are using the same currency and the same chart of accounts, so that company code can be assigned to one controlling area. But here the currencies are going to be the different, even though the chart of account is same for all the company codes. The chart of accounts is same for all the company codes. In this example, I'm talking. So YCOA, 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 and YCOA. See here, in this example, if you see very carefully, I have all 4 company codes are having the same chart of account, but the currencies are different. The local currencies are going to be the different for my company code. So in this example, I cannot select my company codes is equal to my controlling area. Very, very important. So I'm going to be selecting here the second option, cross company code cost accounting. Cross company code cost accounting. What is the cross company code cost accounting? If I'm going to be selecting the cross company code cost accounting means you can have one company code transaction with other company code. So you will having the cross company code transaction between the company code to the company code within the same controlling area. Within the same controlling area, you can post the cross company code transaction. Means HP10 can be posting the company code transaction to HP40, HP40 to HP20, HP20 to HP30. So you can have the cross company code transaction within the same controlling area. So here we have an option called as the cross company code. Now when I press enter, very, very important here. Now when I press enter, and one thing you have to remember that all the company codes should have the same chart of account. All the company codes should have the same chart of account. If any one of the company code is having that different chart of account, the system will not accept that company code should be assigned to the controlling area. Why? I told that the GL accounts are getting created at a chart of account area level, not at the company code level. So the same GL accounts, we are creating the primary cost elements in the controlling area. So here you are creating the GL accounts. In FI, you're creating the GL accounts. At what level? At the chart of account area level. So the same GL accounts, now you have to create them as a primary cost elements. So if I want to create the primary cost element, that is the reason what I'm going to do. All the company codes should have the same chart of account you are assigning to the controlling area. If any one of the company code is having a different chart of account, I cannot assign that controlling area because there will be no cross company code transactions will be existed. Very, very important point. If you are assigning multiple company codes to the one controlling area, if the company codes are having the different currencies, then I cannot give the currency type as a 10 here. I should remove it. Very, very important. Because you are assigning multiple company codes. Here, if you see here, okay, all the company codes are having the different local currencies. So how can you define the controlling area currency as a 10 here? 10 is called as the local currency. 10 is always called as the local currency. Only one-to-one relationship I can accept. But if it is a one-to-many relationship, I will go with 30, not with, I will go with 30. I will go with 30 with a group currency. Very, very important, my dear friends. Very, very important. Very, very important. I'll go with the 30 as a group currency. What is my group currency? My group currency is the euro. My group currency is always going to be the euro. For example, one example. So, currency USD does not match with the currency type 30. So how it is not matching? Why it is not matching? Because my group currency is not a USD. If I go to /O SCC4, SCC4. So I'm logging to the client. What is my client number? 400. If I go to the 400, what is my group currency? My group currency is not a euro USD. It is a euro. So it is not accepting here. So I need to change it to euro. I need to change it to euro. Now it is accepting. See here. Now it is accepted. Now you can see here automatically. I can see different company code currencies have come here. The checkbox was selected. Why? Because you are assigning multiple company codes to one controlling area. Not one company code. You are assigning multiple company codes. And when you are assigning the multiple company codes, you have to make sure that all the company codes should have the same chart of account and the same fiscal year. All the company codes should have the same chart of account and the same fiscal year. If any one of the company code is having a different chart of account, that company code cannot be assigned to this controlling area. Very, 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 very important, my dear friends. You can see this is what exactly you call it as a controlling area. And this currency type, you call it as a global currency. You call it as a global currency in the FinSec _ ledger. While you're defining the currencies to your ledger, this currency is going to be called as a global currency. Very, very important now.
Mahesh, just a question on that fiscal year variant. You mentioned on this slide that this controlling area we are using for multiple company codes, but the fiscal year variant we are taking only K4 here.
Yeah.
So K4 is nothing but that calendar year.
Correct.
But what about those non-calendar years? Really, how it is identified then?
So when you are going to be having a different fiscal year, then I cannot go with one-to-one relationship. That is very, very important. I told very common understanding here. The fiscal year and the chart of account should be the same. The fiscal year and the chart of account should be the same here. If the fiscal year is going to be the difference between the company code to the company code, the system will give a warning message to you. Okay, the company code you have assigned to the controlling area, the physical area is different from your K4. Very, very important. Very, very important. So you cannot have multiple physical years in one controlling area. So that is the reason here. It is very, very important that chart of accounts and the physical years has to be get same when you are assigning a company code to the controlling area. But here you can see the physical year is very, okay, we are taking as a K4. The postings are going to be happening to the K4 as a physical year. Clear?
Yep. Thank you, Mahesh.
And one more. If you see here, automatically the system has selected the different company code currency. What does it mean that? What does it mean that? Because you are assigning multiple company codes to one controlling area. You are assigning multiple company codes to one controlling area. You're selecting it as a cross company code cost accounting. You're not selecting it as a controlling area same as company code. No. When you can select the controlling area same as company code, when you are assigning only one company code to one controlling area, then you are selecting as a company code. But here I'm selecting the cross company code transactions. In the cross company code transactions, you are activating multiple company codes to one controlling area. Then I did the system by default, it will select as a different company code. Currency doesn't matter. Currency does not matter. Even if you have multiple local currencies for the different company code, doesn't matter. But the physical year and the chart of account should be the same. Why the chart of account should be the same? Why the chart of accounts should be the same? Why cannot I take the different chart of accounts? Why can't I take the different chart of accounts?
Because one company code can have only one chart of accounts.
That one company code is having only one chart of account. For example, here, for example, I'll take okay, for my company code, okay, for my company code HP10, it is not a YCOA chart of accounts. For example, I'm telling here, it is not a YCOA, it is a ZCOA example. It is going to be called as a GCOA, okay, GCOA. But here, while I'm creating the controlling area, here, instead of instead of that, I'm giving as a YCOA example. The system will not accept. No, because your controlling area chart of account is a YCOA, but when you are assigning the company code to the controlling area, the company code is having a different chart of account ZCOA. So your area is going to be the different or not here. Your two areas, you're confusing the system. One area and the second chart of account area. There are two areas there. One area name you are given it as a YCOA or ZCOA, and another name you have a YCOA. You are having two different areas. So only you have assigned the ZCOA to the company code. That is HP10 company code example. Sorry, here. Yeah, HP10. Yeah, example. So YCOA is not your chart of account. 1 minute. YCOA is not your chart of account. Your company code was assigned with HP10 with ZCOA chart of account. So when you are assigning the same company code to your controlling area, definitely the company code and the controlling area should have the same chart of account, my dear friends. Why? Because you're creating all the GL accounts at a chart of account area level. Just now I told that all the GL accounts are created at a chart of account area level. The same GL accounts, you are going to be creating them as a primary cost elements in the controlling. So if the GL accounts are created in another chart of account area, how can I create the primary cost elements in the controlling? That is the reason I told that even it is a one-to-one relationship or one-to-many relationship, all the company codes should have the same chart of account. Very, very important. If the company codes are having different chart of accounts, I can't assign that company code to the controlling area. Any doubt here? Anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any doubt?
No, Mahesh.
Clear. Okay.
No, not here.
Yeah. Now, so here I'll tell one by one point. Here we have another option. I'll tell you what is the standard hierarchy. Okay, not over. Okay. So here we have a leading FS version. Leading FS version. What is the FS? FS is nothing but financial statement. Earlier in SAP ECC, we don't have all the options. Now today in SAP S4HANA, we're seeing the option as a leading FS version. So you can, okay, I'm creating a financial statement. I am creating a one financial statement. Okay, my financial statement name is example something called as a, okay, test. Test is nothing but my financial statement. I'm creating one separate financial statement. Now, all the actual postings are going to be triggering to the same table. As I told you yesterday, that AC DOCA table now from today onwards, you have only one data structure for all the actual posting. ACDOCA table, ECDOCA table. Your controlling postings are happening to the same table and the GL postings are happening to the same table. Your controlling means only two value types. One is 11, another one is 04. 04 and 11 is going to be happened. So now from today onwards in SAP S4HANA, you can have a separate financial statement you can create only for the controlling area now from today onwards. You can have why? Why? Because you don't know, Mahesh, okay, controlling is only for the internal reporting purpose, not for external reporting purpose. FI is for external reporting purpose. Controlling you are only using for internal reporting purpose. For the internal reporting purpose, do you require any financial statement? Yes. Why? Because today, whenever you're creating any GL accounts, okay. So earlier we are categorizing the GL accounts into FI and CO. In SAP ECC, I'm talking. In SAP ECC, you are going to be categorizing the GL accounts. In SAP FI, we call them as the GL accounts. In FI, we call them as the GL accounts. And in controlling, we are going to be creating them as the primary cost elements. Because the data structure is different earlier. BKPF and BSEC and COEP and COBIC. So earlier we are creating the financial statement only at the FI level, not from the controlling level earlier in SAP ECC. But today, what is SAP is telling now, because all your GL and the controlling actual postings are happening to the same table now, AC DOCA table. Now, because the data structure is going to be the same for GL and the controlling. Very, very important. I'm talking only the two value types. Okay, 04 and 11. Now, so what the SAP has done here is, instead of creating the primary cost element as a separate master record in the controlling, now there is an enhancement, there is a simplification has been done. Now, while you're creating the GL account itself only, you can categorize this. You can categorize this GL account type as a primary cost elements now from today. Very, very important here. So now the primary and the secondary are also there. Now the primary and secondary cost elements are creating as a GL accounts. Earlier we are not creating them as a GL accounts. Earlier we are going to be calling them as a primary cost elements with a separate master record. That is the KO. There are separate tables are the CSK and CSKB. Only the GL accounts can be assigned in the financial statement. See, whenever you're creating the P&L account and balance sheet, whenever you're creating the P&L account and balance sheet, you're going to be assigning the GL accounts, not the primary and secondary cost elements. But today, because of the new data structure changes, I'm bringing the primary cost elements as a GL account from today onwards. So it will become the GL account, and simultaneously it is going to be categorized as which type of GL account? Primary cost. So if I want to go and try with, transaction code called as the KA01. Now, for example, I want to try with KA01. I'm trying with KA01. Now, if I press enter, see, system is taking me directly to the FS00, to the GL account. System is directly taking me through the GL account. Very, very important. Why? Because now the KA01 transaction code is not available in our SAP S4HANA. Means this KA01 transaction code is no more available. So it has been removed in SAP S4HANA from today onwards. So if you are giving the KA01, directly it will route to, it will bypass to the GL account creation screen. How? Because there is some change here. Where? Now, if I go to the chart of accounts, SPRO or IMG, financial accounting, GL accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, edit the chart of accounts. If I go to any one of the chart of account, for example, I'll go to the YCOA chart of account. Okay, example, I'm going to the YCOA chart of accounts. There is a lot of differences there between the SAP ECC to SAP S4HANA now. Okay, now I'll go to the Google now. Because I don't have the server related to the ECC. So that is the reason I just want to show the comparison between the ECC to SAP S4HANA now. I want this screen. This is the SAP ECC screen. You can see here. This is the SAP ECC screen. Okay, very, very important, my dear friends. Same thing, no change here, but only one difference you are going to be observing here is this is the SAP S4HANA now. So the chart of account, description, maintain language, and the length of the GL account. Here also you can see the chart of account, description, maintain language. But earlier in SAP ECC, we have this, field called as integration. Integration for the controlling document, that is for the controlling integration is there. In SAP ECC. Controlling integration is there. So are you going to be creating the manual creation of cost elements or automatic creation of cost elements? If you have 500 GL accounts you have created, as I told you that all these 500 GL accounts are related to the P&L accounts only. I'm ignoring the balance sheet. I'm just ignoring the balance sheet account. Okay, just example. There are 500 GL accounts are coming under the P&L account. So do you want to create all these 500 GL accounts as the primary cost elements here? Yes. Okay. Are you going to be creating them manually or automatically? There is option is there. You are going to be creating manually or automatically. Manually means one by one. One by one you have to create manually by assigning the category. Automatically means you can give the range and you can create automatically. That is two options are there. So there are options have been given. Earlier we have this integration, controlling integration, manual creation of cost elements or automatic creation of cost element. But now in SAP S4HANA, it's a completely, if you see here, there is no controlling integration field at all. There is no controlling integration field at all. It has been removed in our SAP S4HANA. Why? Because the controlling actual postings are happening to the same table called as the ACDOCA table. There is a structural simplification has been happened in SAP S4HANA. Now your primary cost elements, whatever the primary or secondary cost element, now your primary and secondary cost elements are going to be treated as a GL accounts from today onwards, my dear. Your primary and the secondary cost elements. Now earlier you are going to be creating it as a GL account, and after that you're going to be converting, after that you're creating the same GL account as a primary cost element in the controlling. Now today no need to do this activity. While you're creating the GL account itself only, you have to tell to the SAP whether it is a primary cost or whether it is a non-operating or whether it is a balance sheet account, what type of account. If you're selecting it as a primary, so you're going to be giving it to the primary, so automatically it will become the GL account and it is going to be called as a primary cost element now in SAP S4HANA. So it has been simplified. No need to go to the editing of the GL account and go, no need to converting here. So earlier, if I go back to that, this is the change we have seen. Now, when I close it, I go back. This is my, this is my in SAP ECC. In SAP ECC, you can see this is how it look like. In SAP ECC, this is my SAP S4HANA. See the difference here. In the type and description, what type of GL account in earlier in SAP, what type of GL account, whether you are selecting it as a prime P&L account or whether it is going to be called as a balance sheet account. For all the balance sheet accounts, you're not creating them as a primary, but only for the P&L accounts, you're going to be selecting it as a primary. But today we don't have this P&L account and balance sheet. We are going to be categorizing the GL accounts into 5 different types of GL accounts. Now all the P&L accounts will come under the primary and the non-operative expenses. Very, very important. So while you're creating the GL account, while you're completing the GL account, here we have an option called as the edit cost element is there. So once you have created a GL account, what you have to do, then I'll be clicking on this edit cost element. It is a manual creation of cost element, not automated. I'll click on this edit cost element and then I'll create the cost element in the controlling. Because the data structure changes, because of this data structure changes. So you're creating the GL accounts in FS00 and you're converting the primary cost elements in the controlling. That is through the KS01 transaction code. But now you don't need to do any kind of activity. There is no edit cost element. See here, there is no edit cost element field over here. So now the edit cost element field has been completely removed. Why? Because you are directly creating the GL account as a cost element here directly by selecting the primary cost elements. And if it is a primary cost element, very, very important. Now, when I come to the data structure level, earlier you told that, Mahesh, okay, the primary cost elements, you can go and refer to the table called as the CSKA and CSKB. And for the GL accounts, you need to refer the tables called as the SKA1 and SKB1. Very, very important. Okay, see here. Now, this is the GL account I created as a GL account and it was the primary cost element. So which tables I need to refer? Yeah, I need to refer two tables. Okay. I'll go to SE16N. Tables are very, very important. Don't ignore that simply guy. Okay, Mahesh is explaining about the tables. Tables are not going to be the important. Tables are very, very important. So first I'll go to the SKA1. The table is referred to the creation of a GL account at a chart of account area level. Okay, right. Very good. So I told that yesterday, at what level you're going to be creating the GL account. The GL accounts are getting created at a chart of account area level. The GL accounts are getting created at a chart of account area level. Okay, very, very important. I'll take one GL account. This is called as a travel expenses. When I call it as expenses, it is a cost account or not? It is definitely going to be called as a cost account. So normally the GL accounts are created at what level? The GL accounts are always getting created at a chart of account area level. Example, that is a YCOA or whatever level. Very, very important. And the GL accounts are getting extended to the company code. The GL accounts are extending to my company code. What is your company code? My company code is the HP10. If I don't extend, I cannot do any kind of postings. If I don't extend the GL account to the company code, I cannot do any kind of transactions in SAP. So whatever the transactions, you are debiting this GL account. I'm debiting this GL account, Mahesh. The travel expenses account I want to debit now. I want to debit with $5,000 USD. $5,000 USD. I want to debit it. This is the cost related. This is something that you're posting some cost or not. So the transactions happened at a company code level. If you don't extend the GL account to the company code, then I cannot debit this GL account and this cost will not flow to the controlling. So this cost, the $5,000 USD will not flow to the controlling. So I want to see the data should flow to the controlling. The $5,000 USD is nothing but a cost. It is going to be called as a cost. So if I want to flow the data to my controlling, so have you created this cost element for this same data? Okay, have you created the GL account, same GL account, have you created the primary cost element? P. This is mandate. Then only I can see the data will flow from FI to CO. So in CO, we are going to be calling them as the primary cost elements. In FI, we are called the same GL accounts as the GL accounts. Very, very important here. So you're creating the GL accounts at a chart of account area level and the postings happened at a company code level. Very, very important. So when you want to see the data at a chart of account area level, which table I need to refer? SKA1 table. Very, very important. SKA1 is the table. Okay, right. Where is the SKA1? Here. SKA1. Enter. See. GL accounts master, that is only for the chart of accounts. So which GL account you are seeing? YCOA. And what is the GL account number? The GL account number is, this is the GL account number. It is already created. It is already created. You can see it is already created here. If it is not created, I cannot see the data here. It is already created. Now just I'm executing. See, the GL account was created at a YCY. This is the GL account. You can see here, it is going to be called as a P&L account or balance sheet. It is the P&L account. So you can see here, P&L account type is coming as X. And what type of GL account? It is called as a P. P is nothing but a primary. See, it is a P&L account. See, if you see here, it is a P&L account and the GL account type is a P. P is nothing, but here you can see it is going to be called as a primary cost element. Earlier in SAP ECC, we are directly making it as a P&L account. You can see we are selecting it as a P&L account. This field is not available. Earlier in SAP S4HANA, this field is not available. Which field? This field is not available. This is what a GL account type is not available earlier. So now you're seeing the GL account type as the P. P is nothing but the primary. S is nothing but the secondary. Like this, you have a different type. X is nothing but a balance sheet. S is nothing but a secondary. C is nothing but a cash accounts. P is the primary and N is nothing but non-operative expenses. What type of GL account it is? It is coming as a chart of account area level. It is coming it as a P. Now, the same GL account, have you extended to company code? Then I need to go to the another one. Okay. What is the company code? Company code is H. Which table I need to refer? SKB1 table. SKA1 is for the chart of accounts and SKB1 is for the company code. Now I need to go to the, have you extended the GL account to the company code? I need to come to SKB1. Enter. See, it is a GL account at a company code level. Very, very important. It is asking at the company code level. What is the company code? Give the company code. Which company code you have created? Okay, you can see there are a lot of company codes are there. I'll go to one of the company code, 1710, and give the GL account. And give the GL account. It's a very, very important. My dear friends, it's a very, very important. Now I'm just executing. See, yes, the GL account was extended to the company code. You can see the GL account was extended to the company code, and you can see the company code field is the book res, and I can see the GL account. What is the field status group you have assigned? Everything I can see here. Yes, the GL account was assigned to the company code here. One second. Okay, the GL account was extended to the company code. See here, that is the reason it is showing as the data is available in the SKB1. Now, I'll take one more example. Let us take an example. I'll take one more example. Okay. I'm taking as a 10. I'm just executing. The system is giving a warning, that is error message. No values are found. Means the GL account was not created for this company code, Mr. Mahesh. Whatever the GL account you are giving, this is not created for the company code. So the data is not available in the SKB1. Now, these two tables are referred to the creating a GL account at a chart of account area level and the company code. Now you're selecting the GL account as a primary cost element here. So what is the primary cost element? We are told that cost reducing revenue elements. Now I'll go to the same GL account. See, I'm copying the same GL account. And I go for the company code. See here, FSSO is the company code. I'm giving the same GL account here and I'm giving the company code. To which company code you have created, extended 1710. I'm just clicking on the display. Yes, the data is available. And here you can see here, if you come down in the control data, this is the company code, not chart of account. If you come to the controlling data, why it is company code? Why it is company code? Why it is company code? Why? Because you are assigning the company codes to the controlling area, not the chart of accounts. You are assigning the company codes to the controlling area. So it is a mandatory that the GL accounts has to be get extended to the company code. Then only I can see the data will flow from FI to CO. The postings have happened at a company code level. So if I come to the company code, yes, this was extended. And what type of primary cost element you can see here? Okay, it is coming, the controlling area is 8000. Means this company code was assigned to which controlling area? The company code was assigned to the controlling area called as 8000. So now I'll go to the 8000 here. Now I'll go to the 8000. Where is 8000? Here. A000. This is the A000 company code. And what is the chart of accounts? You can see the chart of accounts is the YCOA. And if I double click on how many company codes you have assigned to the same controlling area, Mahesh, double click on the company code. If I see here, my God, 25 company codes are assigned to the same controlling area. 25 company codes are there. Means all these 25 company codes are using the same company, same chart of accounts and the same currencies. Sorry, same fiscal year. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry, not currencies, fiscal year. So all these 25 company codes are using the same chart of account. In that, our company code is also there, which is going to be called as the 1710. Which is going to be called as the 1710. So the company code 1710 is assigned to which controlling area? It is the A000 company code. So here you can see here, automatically when I want to extend the GL account for the company code, you can see account settings in the controlling area A000 controlling area A000 is coming. If this company code is assigned to different controlling area, I can see the different controlling area here. So this data is a new in our SAP S4HANA. This data is a new in our SAP S4. Earlier, we don't see the account settings in the controlling area. Why? Because earlier the primary cost element data structure is different and the GL account data is different. So you are giving the controlling area related information while you're creating the primary cost element through the KS01. But today, now you are telling that your primary and secondary cost elements are created as the GL account. So in the control data, in the company code level, now you can see there is a new enhancement was triggered called as the controlling area. And what type of cost element it is going to be called as a one. As I told yesterday, there are different types of primary cost elements are there. So it is a one. One is nothing but primary cost reducing revenue element. So it is a cost account. It is not a revenue related. It is not a sales. It is a one category. I'm going to be giving it as a one. One is nothing but primary cost elements for the cost account, for the cost reducing the revenue elements. So now the same GL account, if I go and if I want to refer in the table, SKB1, I told that, okay, SKB1 to SKB1, okay. So SE16M, SKB1, I'm giving the same GL account here. And I'm giving the company code 1710 company code. Now you can see the company code I'm giving, not the chart of account, because the SKB1 is the table. If I click on execute, yes, the GL account is available. The number of hints is coming. The GL account was extended to the company code, I can see. But in the SKB1, refer that. All of you have to be very careful here. In the SKB1, if you're trying to look, what is the controlling area settings done for this particular setting for the GL account, you cannot see the data in the SKB1. SKB1 is the GL account related company code data, not the primary cost related controlling data, company code data. It is a GL account related. In the GL account related, you cannot see the you cannot see any kind of information related to the, you cannot see any information related. So there is a client is there, GL account is there, what is the chart of account, what is the tax category, what is the currency, what is the line item display. But where is this? Where are these fields? Where are these fields, Mr. Mahesh? Controlling area settings for the company code. That is, where are these fields? Okay, you cannot find these fields in this table. Very, very important. So which table I need to refer? Okay, you want to refer the table? Now go to the tables called as the CSK and CSKB. Now first I need to come to the CSKA now. Tables never changed. Tables remain the same as in SAP ECC and SAP S4HANA, but the creating the GL accounts are changed because of the data structure. Creation of the GL accounts have been changed. Earlier, you are going to be categorizing them as a P&L account and balance sheet. Today, there are 5 types of GL account. There is no confusion whether this is a P&L account or balance sheet. Now, SAP has given the GL account type as the 5 GL account types: balance sheet, non-operating expenses, primary cost elements, secondary cost elements, and the cash accounts. So now, if I want to see whether this account was created as a primary cost element, yes, I know that it was created, but which tables I need to refer? You need to refer the table called as the CSK. Okay, come to the CSK. So CSK is nothing but cost element, data dependent on the chart of accounts. Now come to the diagram once again. So what I told that whenever you're assigning the same company code to the controlling area and the company code should have the same chart of account or not? Yes, same chart of account. That is the reason I'm going to the table called as CSK. What is the chart of account? YCOA. And what is the cost element? What is the cost element? Same cost element. And execute. See, it is going to be called as the cost element, and the cost element was created by someone. Okay, it was entered, and this is the cost element. You can see it is not a GL account because you are referring to the table called as CSK. It is a travel expenses. Same thing will be copied, but you are going to be treating it as the cost element in the controlling. What type of cost element, Mahesh? It is a cost reducing revenue element, or it is a revenue element, or there are 5 types of cost element categories, or the 6 types of cost element. What type? What is the cost element category? What type? Is a revenue account or not? A non-revenue account? How do I know that? Don't come to this table, because you are categorizing that. You're categorizing the GL account category at a company code level, not at the chart of account area level. So you need to refer to the table called as the CSKB table. You need to refer to the table called as the CSKB table, not CSKA. So here, very, very important here, SKA1 is at GL account master data, it is chart of account area level. SKB1, see, I'm putting the diagram in a simpler way. SKB1 is the GL account at a company code level data. Very, very important. Now, CSKA, this is the cost element at a controlling area level. That is nothing but at a COA level, cost element. And CSKB, this is the cost element at a controlling area. Here it is the company code, but here it is a controlling area level. Very, very important. See here, this is the difference you can see here. So this is the same chart of account with the same company code with the same data here in the CSK, and here it is the company code to the controlling area. You assign the controlling area to the company code. So the company code data here is 1710, and here you can see the controlling area data here is 8000. You assign the company code to the controlling area or not? So 8000. So now if I come here, you can see here 8000 is the controlling area. You assigned it to the company code. But here, if I go and refer to the table CSKB, so you can see here, if I press enter, dependent data on the controlling area, that is for your cost element. What is your controlling area? 8000. And what is your cost element? Mahir, this is the cost element. Now go and execute. Now here you can see the cost element category is coming as a 1. Is it matching or not? See here. It is a cost element category as a 1. You need to refer to the CSKB at a controlling area level. CSKA is for the chart of account area level. In the chart of account area level, we'll never assign cost element category. We'll assign the cost element category at a controlling area level. In the CSKB table, you need to go and refer. So you can see it is a 1. It is coming as 1. Cost element category, the same GL account, you can see it is coming as a 1. So these are the 4 important tables, very, very important tables now in a controlling, how to differentiate between the controlling area settings and the chart of account area settings from today. So here you can see, that is the reason I told that whenever you go for any company code data with the controlling, so the chart of accounts and the fiscal year are going to be the mandate. Now you can have your separate financial statement. You can create your separate financial statement now from today for the controlling area level. Earlier, we don't have this option. Earlier, we don't have the option. Why? Because earlier, the primary cost elements and secondary cost elements are directly created in the controlling, not from the FI. But today, you are making the primary and secondary cost elements as the GL accounts directly. Now, you can have a separate financial statement. You can give a separate financial statement, and you can have a separate financial statement at a controlling area level from today. It was for the reporting purpose. Is it clear now, all of you? Any doubt?
Hey, Mahesh, I just have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you explained this earlier, but I want to make sure, like, I understand. We were talking about one-to-many and many-to-one. When it comes to the controlling area, you can have many company codes assigned to one controlling area, correct?
Correct. Correct.
All right. But then when it comes to the chart of accounts, to the controlling area, that's going to be a one-to-one. Is that, do I understand that right?
You're absolutely right. So here, if I see here, if I see in this example, I have 4 company codes are there, sir. Out of these 4 company codes, I can only assign this HP20, HP30, and HP40 company codes to the controlling area. Why can't I assign the HP10?
Because that one has
different chart of
a
accounts.
different chart of accounts. Yeah, down there. Okay.
This company code is not eligible to assign to the controlling area. Why? Because the company code is having a different chart of accounts, means you are maintaining the different chart of accounts in the ZCOA. So this chart of accounts, a company code cannot be assigned to this controlling area now. Only these 3 company codes can be assigned. Why? Because the company codes and the controlling area chart of accounts should be the same. Because I have only one option here. When I'm creating the controlling area, I don't have another option. I have only one area where you need to assign the chart of accounts. If I have multiple chart of accounts, I can give it. But you can assign only one chart of account at a controlling area. That controlling area chart of account should match with your company code chart of accounts.
I see. Okay. I see where there's only one chart of account field.
Correct.
Yeah, there's not many. You have to choose one.
And this chart of account is the operational chart of account.
Yes. Yep.
This is the operational chart of account. Controlling area will never get assigned with a group. And I'll tell you, tomorrow class also, we have the group and the country specific. Other 2 chart of accounts we need to discuss. From the last 3 hours, we are only discussing the operational chart of account, only the topic. Okay. Any doubts? Anybody?
Thanks, Manish.
Okay. Now. Okay. Now, so you can prepare a separate financial statement now in a controlling also, because you are treating the GL accounts as a primary cost element. So you can create a separate financial statement. I'll show how to create also. Now today you can see here. Earlier we have this reconciliation ledger. Now today it has been grayed out. Now it is no more required the reconciliation between the FI to CO now, because now all the actual postings are triggering to the same table. As I told you that now there is no need to have the reconciliation. Earlier the data structure is different between the FI and CO, so you require the reconciliation. But today you are bringing all the actual postings to the controlling and the GL accounts to the same table. Now today we don't want to this reconciliation. You can see that the checkbox was grayed out, so there is no need to have any reconciliation from today. It's an important point. And object currency settings are there. What is the object? Any cost object which will carry the cost from FI to CO. How do I carry the cost from FI to CO? You are created as a GL account and you are created as the primary cost element. I understand that. But how this cost will flow from FI to CO? So there should be some cost object should be triggered. I want to transfer this cost from FI to CO. That is going to be called as a cost object. We call them as the cost objects. We call them as the cost objects. So the cost objects can be anything. Your cost center can be anything. Cost center can be a cost object, and your internal order IO can be a cost object. Your purchase, okay, your sales order can be a cost object. Your WBS element can be a cost object. So there will be different types of cost objects are there, which will carry the cost from FI to CO. If I don't assign the cost object while I'm posting the transaction, the cost will not flow from FI to CO. Even though you're created as a GL account and the primary cost, but you are not given the cost center, not the internal order, not the WBS element, not anything. So the cost will not flow from FI to CO. So what I'm going to be using, example, cost center is nothing but my cost object here. Example, I'm just giving one example. Cost center is nothing but my cost object. So you have to create a one cost center which will carry the cost. The cost centers are made as a cost buckets also. So tomorrow, if I want to see what type of cost has involved, I can go to the cost center. I can see the total amount in the cost center. So these cost objects are nothing but very, very important. Now the cost centers are going to be called as. So here, any cost object you can take, whether it is the internal order, whether it is a sales order, whether it is the cost center, or whether it is a WBS element, whatever the cost object you are going to be considering. For every cost object, there will be one currency will be assigned. Okay, right. I'll go to the cost center. I'll show one example. I'll go to one cost center because I just want to show one example here in the controlling cost center. See, I'm coming to the cost center. I'll come to the master data cost center, individual processing. I'll go to display. I'll show one cost center. Controlling area is a triple. Cost centers are created at a controlling area level. So I want to show one cost center. See, there are so many cost centers are there. These all are going to be called as the cost centers. Okay, these all are going to be called as the cost centers. You can see, I can take the cafeteria cost center, the cost which has incurred in the cafeteria. So you're booking all the cost to this cost center. This is my cost center. This is the cafeteria cost center. Cost bucket, we can call it as a cost bucket. Okay, so if this cafeteria cost center, if I want to book any expenses to the cost center, I will book to this cost center related to the cafeteria. Okay, very, very important. So whenever I'm posting any cafeteria expenses, not a travel expenses, whenever I'm posting any cafeteria expenses, I will use this cost center. I will use this cost center. I will use this cost center while you're posting the transaction. Okay, here in the cost object, I will use this cost center. Okay, right. Cafeteria cost center. Any cafeteria related postings you're making. So the cafeteria cost center is going to be called as a cost object. So while you're creating the cost object, see here, while you're creating, there is a currency called as, this is the currency, USD. This is called as the object currency. What is it called as? Object currency. You can take any object, WBS or sales orders or cost centers or anything. You can take any object you take. Objects and the cost objects are nothing but which will carry the cost are going to be called as the cost objects. So if you see this cost object, one of the cost object called as the cost center, and what is the cost, what is the currency you have assigned, it is going to be called as the USD. This USD is called as the object currency. This USD is going to be called as the object currency. So while you're creating the controlling area, so do you want to have any alternative object currency? This is what exactly alternative use of the object currency. Example, here the object currency is going to be the USD, but here I want to use the alternative object currency as a euro. Euro. Example, I'm giving as a euro. What is my object currency in the center? The object currency is the USD. This is the primary currency. And the alternative currency, I'm giving it as a euro. So you need to define the exchange rate types or not. M is nothing but a bank average. What is the translation type you want to take? The translation type I want to take based on the posting date or document date. So like this, I'm going to be giving the translation type as a 2 is nothing but based on the posting date. So the translation between the USD to the euro. And when you are going to be converting, when you see the object currency is a euro, when the object currency is a euro, where is that object currency here? When the object currency is a euro for this cafeteria cost center, and when you're given the alternative object currency as a euro, USD is a cafeteria object currency, and you're giving the alternative object currency as a euro. And you can see the exchange rates are getting converted from the USD to euro now, for example, based on the bank average. And what will be a source currency for the conversion? Source currency. The source currency I want to take as a 10. 10 is nothing but local currency. Very, very important. Always you need to refer the source currency. In the earlier classes, I told that defining the currency settings, I told that source currency is going to be the 10 for the currency. So the euro to USD conversion should happen based on the source currency. So earlier in SAP ECC, we don't have this option. But today in controlling area, while you're creating the controlling area, you can have one more alternative currency also you can define for the reporting purposes. Guys, friends, I hope I'm making the road very clear to you. I'm removing all the dust and the spikes from the road. I'm making very clear road for your comfortable walk. It just like should be a cakewalk for you. Are you clear about the concept, what I'm explaining in the today's class, yesterday's class? Very, very important.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yep.
So now you can see for one control, one chart of account, how much explanation we have done. This is called as operational chart of account. This is called as your operational chart of account, and this is how you're creating the controlling area. This is how you're creating the controlling area from today. And for this controlling area, what are all the company codes you have been assigned? And you can see here, okay, you can see here, my cost center standard hierarchy for the reporting purpose, it is a 001, and you can prepare a separate financial statement at a controlling area. Why? Because all the GL accounts, all your primary cost elements are treated as the GL accounts in our SAP. Earlier, the primary cost elements are different and the GL accounts are different. So, but today you're creating the primary and the GL accounts with the same transaction code. And now you can have a separate financial statement at a controlling area level from today. One is for FI, one is for the controlling, for the reporting purpose. This is called as your operational chart of account.
Mahesh, just a quick question on that assignment control where we are using for a multiple company codes.
Sure, sir.
What will be the scenario if we choose 1:1 relationship? One
1:1 relationship, when you can choose, when your company code is assigned with another chart of account, not with the same chart of account. In that case, I'll go for 1:1.
So do you still need to update these object currencies?
Not required then. Why it should be required? If it is only one-to-many company codes, I require all the settings. If it is a one-to-one relationship, I don't require your company code currency same as your controlling area currency. I don't require any kind of object type of currency. I don't require any other settings. Simple. It is very simple.
Cool. Thank you.
So only if you have 4 company codes are there in your company, if the 4 company codes are having a different chart of account, ZCOA, YCOA, XCOA, okay, LCOA, like that, if you are having 4 company codes, but your 4 company codes are having a different chart of account, then for each and every company code, I want a different controlling area. That is the reason one-to-one relationship come into the picture. Then there will be no cross-company code transactions. Like this, you cannot have the cross-company code transaction. Why? Because every company code is assigned to different controlling area. Then what? Then where is the concept of cross-company code transactions? There will be no cross-company code transactions. Is it clear to all of you? Guys.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to visit our Vimeo page and follow for more upcoming videos.